Hey everyone, Sina here from M Theory, bringing another class to you this week. Another class that reflects a chakra in our chakra series. This class I'm titled Speak Your Truth, Space, the Final Frontier. And again, this reflects the Visuddha throat chakra, which is our source of expression and communication. So I have a question for you. Do you always aim to speak your truth? Speaking up, as we know, may not always feel easy. There are indeed times for silence, and times, though, when your voice is a necessity. When we need to speak our truth, but choose not to do so out of uncertainty or fear, we actually can stagnate our progress or stunt our growth. Sometimes all it takes is saying something that changes the entire course of our lives. The element of this chakra is space. Between a stimulus and a response, there is space. In that space is power to choose our response. And in our response can lie growth and freedom, which with each breath you take, you create space around your heart to give up freely what no longer serves you, releasing it to create space for what can inspire you. During this flow, visualize your energy center at your throat, our motherboard of communication. This vast space, open space waiting for you to speak. This chakra bridges our heart and head. Is your throat open, or does it feel constricted? It is where our truth can be held hostage or set free. Use the power of the breath in this flow today to be audible throughout the practice. After all, you're likely home in your safe space. Let the power of your voice be heard. And with that, we'll get started in Child's Pose. As we come into a Child's Pose, so knees come wide, toes touch, arms long on the mat in front of you, forehead can rest on the earth. Coming into this sacred space, this time for you, this hour you're dedicating to your practice. Just notice your body touching the earth. Beginning with your fingertips for a full body scan. Pressing the tips of your fingers into the earth. And the palms. Maybe give the mat a squeeze with your hands. Noticing your forearms. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Your elbows. Feeling the chest coming closer to the mat, the hips. Notice your knees, shins, and the tops of your feet. Now start to turn your attention to your breath. Simply notice your inhale and exhale and how your body moves in this natural breath. As you begin to lengthen the breath, take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill up the belly, spread the ribs wide. Send this breath as if to your toes. And then open your mouth, making it audible to release. Another just like that. We'll inhale through the nose. Fill up the belly, spread the ribs wide, and send this breath through the Mula root chakra. Open the mouth and let it go. As we begin our Ujjayi breath, our victorious breath, inhale through the nose, seal the lips. Exhale through the nose like you're creating a seashell-y, swirly sound. Again, opportunity in our throat chakra to make that audible. We'll take it together now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Be bold with your voice in this class today. Please know that this child's pose, Balasana pose, is always available to you in this practice. I am here as your guide on the side. A few more cycles of breath. Begin to lift your palms to touch. Interlace the fingers above the head, rooting your elbows into the mat and leaving the first finger pointed up like an arrow. Spreading through the shoulder blades, imagining this arrow pointing at your throat chakra, your voice. Another full cycle of breath. On your next exhale, just plant the palms back where they were and start to press your way up to a tabletop pose. Palms rooted onto the mat. Knees are under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Neutral spine, flat back, crown is long. Tops of the toes are pressing into the earth. From here, we're going to take a child's pose stretch. So first you're going to come down to the right forearm, resting on the mat, elbows pushing into the earth. And then take this left palm, reaching for the right side of the mat, and sink your hips back. You can relax the head towards the earth. Feel that stretch, especially on the left side body. Coming up for the other side, dragging this left arm over, coming to the elbow and forearm, and taking the right hand to the left corner of the mat, and dragging, as if you're dragging this right palm towards the hips, feeling that stretch, sinking the hips back. Coming back up, as we'll move into a puppy pose, we're nearly there. Reach the arms forward. Reaching those fingertips, maybe the chin comes to the mat or your forehead, or you simply hover close to the earth, stacking the hips above the knees. Feel this stretch in the ribs, in the chest, in your throat. We'll start to press our way with our inhale back to our tabletop pose. We're going to cross our ankles and come to a seat. Leaving the ankles crossed, we're going to pause here, resting our hands on our knees, taking a moment. Reach the arms as you inhale above the head. Interlace the fingers behind your neck. Looking forward, your hands are at this core of your throat chakra. We'll move into some cat and cow movements from this space, this place. So as you inhale, you're going to open up the elbows, open up your throat in like a cow type pose. And as we exhale into a cat type position, you're going to relax your head. Elbows can come forward. Breathing out. We're going to take this 4 more times. Inhale. Maybe you gaze up. Exhale. Remember, you can make this audible. Inhale. This is 3. Inhale. 4. Inhale. 5. Hands can come back to the knees. Pause. From here, we'll interlace the arms coming up Interlacing those fingers, palms reaching up. Same movement in our cat and cow, making this audible. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. You feel the loosening of the throat chakra. Pause here. Take a moment to bring the hands to heart center and set your intention for this practice. Maybe a soft gaze, maybe the eyes shut. Think about your voice. Speak your truth. As we come into a tabletop pose, moving there when you're ready. Again, the knees are under the hips, wrists are under the shoulders, neutral spine, flat back, crown is long. From here, take an inhale, leave the palms rooted. Simply bring the knee towards the nose on the right leg. So inhale, exhale. Lower it down with the inhale, other side. Inhale, exhale. Bringing it down. Again on the right side. Inhale, exhale. Left side. Inhale, exhale. Coming back to tabletop pose. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, open the heart space. Gaze to the clouds, soft bend the elbows. Exhale, cat pose. Create a C shape at the spine. Relax your head and shoulders. Press the tops of the feet and the palms into the earth. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, open the heart space. Gaze to the clouds. Exhale, cat pose. Create a C shape with that spine. Relax your head and shoulders. As you notice some dynamic movement here, taking 2 more cat and cows at your own breath and pace. You're welcome to sink back to a child's pose from your cat and coming into a cow pose from child's pose, or swaying your hips from side to side, anything you need to feel good in the body. Notice how you feel. Meeting back in our tabletop pose, extend the right leg long, leave the toes on the earth, leave the palms rooted on the earth. As we shift forward with our inhale, back with our exhale. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. From here, inhale forward. Lift the right leg long. Stamp the back wall. Toes pointed down. Rather than take full spinal balance, something new perhaps for you. Inhale the right leg up. Chaturanga the arms down. We inhale up. One more as you exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale up. Lower the right knee and toes. Sway your hips to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale through center. Sway your hips left. Gaze over the right shoulder. From our tabletop pose, extend the left leg long, toes rooted on the mat. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. As we inhale forward, we lift the left leg long, stamp the back wall, toes point down, neutral spine. Take a breath in. Lift the left leg as we lower our chaturanga arms. So inhale, exhale. Pressing up, inhale, Exhale. Inhale up, lower your left knee and toes. Sway the hips on the right, gaze over the left. Back through center on your inhale for the other side as you exhale. Coming back to tabletop. From here, we'll meet in downward dog. So start to tuck the toes, lift the hips. Start to pedal your down dog. Lifting one foot and then the other. Rooting the palms into the earth. Spreading the fingers wide. Especially pressing through the thumb and the first finger. Hips are high. Heels will start to come low. Coming to a still down dog, the ears should line up with your biceps. Imagine pushing the mat away with the palms. And then imagine digging the heels and spreading your feet as if to the edges of the mat, even though they're not moving. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Pause here in our bear pose. Offer your heart space closer to your thighs. Rise to the balls of the toes. And I'm pushing the mat away with my palms as if I can move the mat away from me. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Maybe you need to adjust the feet. Knitting your low ribs together. Crown reaching in opposite direction, isometrically drawing your heels to the back of the mat. Rounding through the shoulder blades. Breath in. Exhale, down dog. Maybe another pedal of the dog for a cycle of breath. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward to another plank. Round through those shoulder blades. Crown and heels reaching in opposite directions. Knit the low ribs together. Push the mat away. Exhale, down dog. Another breath. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward to a plank. From here, forearm plank. Coming into shoulder width apart, elbows digging into the earth. Heels coming behind you, breath in. As you exhale, let the knees lower. As we come into a Sphinx pose, perhaps you need to reposition the elbows and forearms, lining them underneath the shoulders, spreading the ribs wide, pressing the tops of the feet in your Sphinx pose, and then maybe a soft roll of your neck, taking it in each direction, helping release this throat chakra. And when you're ready, we'll come down to the earth for a locust pose. Arms come long, think airplane arms, palms face down. We'll press the tops of the feet into the earth. As you inhale to prepare, and then as you exhale, locust pose. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, maybe you float the thighs. Think length over lift. Rolling those shoulders back, offering your heart space. Gaze over the nose, try not to crane the neck. And then as you exhale, let the palms come down, root them into the earth. From here, we'll take Cobra Pose. So the palms should be outside the ribs. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, Cobra. Inhale, lower. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look at your feet. Start to walk your hands to the back of your mat. Bring the feet hips distance apart. As we ragdoll forward fold, you can soft bend the knees, relax the head and shoulders. As you see, I've interlaced my arms, reaching for my elbows. You may prefer to let your fingers graze in front of you as if you're drawing rainbows in the sand with your fingertips. Or maybe it might feel good to interlace your hands behind you. You can also grab your elbows behind you this way. We're coming back to an interlaced hand. This always feels good to me, is to let the hands, the palms, come towards reaching as if to touch my head. Another full cycle of breath, doing anything that feels good for you. From here, start to bring the big toes to touch. Leave a sliver of light between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Shoulders are at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Heart space moves forward. Exhale, fold. Another just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Gaze over the nose. Pull those shoulder blades back. As you exhale, fold. Maybe bring the feet slightly apart. We're going to inchworm to the top of the mat and take an optional push-up, which you can skip, and you can also take on your knees and not the toes. So as you inhale, start to walk the fingers forward, coming into a plank. This is the option for the push-up. And then from here, as we're in our plank, inhale and start to walk the toes forward. Maybe you come up on those tippy toes, meeting back at the top of our mat. Taking an opportunity for another ragdoll forward fold. Toes come back to touch. Leave a sliver of light between the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels as you come up. Squeeze the glutes and thighs. Knit the low ribs together. Palms face one another. Maybe you gaze up. Hands will come to heart center and pause. Reach the arms behind the back from here. Interlace your fingers. As you see, I have them on my right hip. Pulling the shoulder blades down. And as you exhale, I'm going to tilt my head as if my ear can touch the right shoulder. And then we're going to come to the left side. I feel that stretch, especially down the right side of my neck. I don't know about you. And then we'll pause here at center. As we move to the other side, release the arms behind you, meeting on the other side. Interlacing the fingers again, now on my left hip. Gaze is forward as we begin. As I exhale, I'm tilting towards the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Leaving the hands interlaced, releasing it behind the back. Take a breath in. As I exhale, I'll forward fold, allowing my knees to bend, really bringing my heart space closer to my thighs. So inhale. Exhale. Hands stay interlaced if you are comfortable with this above your head. On your next exhale, release the hands at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, bend the knees, step back to plank. Our first cobra. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, let the knees come down. Maybe the chest comes next. Coming down to the earth. Take an inhale to prepare. Hands are at the sides of the ribs, feet are pressing, and exhale, Cobra. Peel your heart space, roll the shoulder blades back. Draw the hands as if to the back of the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale through an upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. This time look forward. Walk, step. Maybe you come up with soft kicks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels. Palms facing one another. Squeeze glutes and thighs. Let the arms come soft. Interlace the fingers. Again, we'll come to our right hip. Inhale, center. Exhale, we'll tilt right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. We come to the other hip. Starting at center, we'll exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Arms come long. Roll the shoulder blades down, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hands stay interlaced. Release the hands at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees, step back to plank. We'll take a locust pose again. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, locust. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Gaze over our nose. Exhale, release to the earth. Inhale through your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One more just like that. One breath, one movement. This will be your first opportunity for a Chaturanga Dandasana, knees or toes. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, walk, step, or a soft hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulder blades back, then bring them over to your right hip. We start at center. Exhale, right. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale through center. Release the arms for the other side. Bringing them to the left hip. Starting at center, inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Release the arms, breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Release the hands at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees, step back to plank. Our first Chaturanga. Lowering halfway, elbows hugging your side body, shoulders above the elbows. Inhale through your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a falling out breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. Making it audible today. I don't know about you. I hope you are. From our down dog, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Open the hip, bend the knee. Then take some circles or leave the leg static if that feels better to your body today. I'm pressing the mat away with the palms. When you're ready, extend the right leg long. Stamp the back wall, toes point down. Square your hips and shoulders to the front of the room. As you exhale,
Tap the knee towards the nose, stacking the wrists under the shoulders. Inhale it up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Lower your left knee and toes. Take a moment to find center. When you're ready, bring the hands to your thigh. Dig and drag this right heel to the back of the mat. And then dig and tuck this left knee coming forward. Pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Knit the low ribs together. When you're ready, Anjaneyasana. Palms come up. Palms will face one another. Crown is long. Interlace the hands behind your back. We've been here before. As you exhale, roll those shoulder blades back, and maybe you extend your arms up behind you rather than at the low back. If it feels better, you can leave the palms interlaced here, or give this a try. Really opening up the heart space. Inhale the arms back up. As you exhale, plant the palms, sink back for a half split. If you have blocks available and you want to hit pause and grab them, please do. You can use them right here in your half split. Dig and drag the right heel to the back of the mat. Try and take the arch from the back. Gaze over your nose. Lining up this second toe with your nose. You see my fingertips are rooting onto the mat. Breathe. From here, inhale, shift forward. Lift the left knee and toes. Bring the right palm inside this right foot as we come into ninja lunges. You can take these high or low, fast or slow, as you see here, slow and deep. Maybe for some you can bring your hands to heart center, moving low on the mat without touching the earth, but you see my fingers are. As you start to look towards the top of our mat, we'll walk our fingertips coming back to the lunge at the top of our mat. First, plant the left palm. Root through the big toe mound of this right foot, noticing the weight distribution, and then take the twist. Right fingertips reaching up. Gaze can follow. As you exhale, plant the right palm. You might need to adjust this right foot coming closer. We'll move from this lunge motion, leaving the palms rooted on the mat and straightening the front leg. So take an inhale here. Exhale, straighten the leg. Notice my nose coming towards my knees. Inhale, lunge. Maybe you adjust the fingertips this time. Exhale again. Inhale, open the throat. Exhale to the knee. Coming down as you inhale to the lunge. Replant the palms. Step your right leg back to plank. You have three options: Cobra, Locust, or Chaturanga. We'll meet in downward dog. As we move to the other side, inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Open the hip, then bend the knee. Take a static or dynamic movement. Slowly begin to straighten the left leg long. Stamp the back wall, toes point down. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the shoulders. Notice how you feel. Inhale it up. And as you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands, lowering the right knee and toes. Take a moment to find center. First, bring the hands to the thighs and pause. Dig and drag this left heel to the back of the mat. Tuck the right knee, moving it forward so that the right hip comes forward, left hip now draws back.
When you're ready, Anjaneyasana, breathe. Interlace the hands behind you. Draw those shoulder blades down. Invitation to stay here or feel the stretch. Breathing in and out. Inhale it up. Exhale, plant the palms. We'll sink back for a half split. Now the left toes are coming towards the nose. Dig and drag the left heel to the back of the mat. Try and take the arch from the back, using blocks if you took them on the other side, and again, grazing those fingertips. From here, we'll inhale, shift forward, lift the right knee and toes, left hand comes inside for ninja lunges. Taking these the same as you did on the other side. Staying low and deep, maybe higher. And again, for some, you can pause, leaving hands at heart center and aim to move this way, or leave the palms down. I need my palms down today. So we're going to come back to the top of our mat. Pause here. Plant this right palm. Make sure the left toe mound is equally rooted into the earth. Notice the distribution of the body. And then take your twist. Left palm reaches with your inhale. We'll exhale, plant this left palm. Start to maybe shift this left foot in to the lunge, taking the same movement we took on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, shifting. Taking this exhale as if the nose could touch your knee. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can adjust the fingers higher. Inhale. Open that throat. Exhale. Inhale. Replant those palms, stepping the left leg back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Offer your sternum and heart space to the front of the room. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're going to take a falling out breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, let it out. We'll come down to tabletop pose to take a water break. Maybe you sit back on your heels as if we were coming into camel pose, and grab some water and towel off if you need to do that as well. So from our water break, we're going to move from here to meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Maybe you soft bend this left knee as we rise. Arms come forward and up into our first crescent lunge of the practice. Just in the low lunge series, dig this right heel as if moving it to the back of the mat. You're welcome to soft bend this left knee or keep the left leg long. Dig and tuck the left toes moving forward. Knit your low ribs together. Palms reaching up, right knee is over right ankle. Moving into an eagle arm variation with our arms. Let the right arm come underneath the left. Palms may touch. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, really round through those shoulder blades. Reaching the arms, elbows up. Maybe the elbows at the height of your throat chakra. Inhale, release the arms back up. As we exhale, we'll open up to a warrior two pose. Pause here. Maybe you need to adjust this right hip so that it comes up even with the left. Then rebend this right knee over right ankle. Root through the pinky edge of this left foot. Squeeze the glutes. Imagine the thighs scissor and touch. Reach the arms up. We'll exhale, cactus wide. Return to our warrior two arms from here. Gaze over the right fingertips. Interlace the palms. Again, we've been here before. First, as you exhale, roll the shoulder blades down. Take another breath. And as you exhale, humble warrior. Offer your heart space closer to your right thigh. Gaze at your left knee or toes. As you exhale, release the hands at the bottom of the breath. Shift the left ankle. We'll take a twist. Reaching the right hand up. We've been here before. Breath in. As you exhale, we're going to plant the palm. Step the right leg back to plank. Move through your options. We'll meet in downward dog. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot to meet your hands. Bend the right knee. This first time we rise to crescent. Arms forward and up. Left knee over left ankle. Right leg can come long or soft bend. Dig this left heel to the back of the mat and tuck the right toes coming forward. Knit the low ribs together, palms face one another. As we move into eagle arm variation, now the left comes underneath the right. Round through their shoulders, gaze forward. Elbows at the height of that throat chakra. When you're ready, inhale the arms up. As you are ready, when you exhale, open up to warrior two. Again, readjust so this left hip is going to come up even with your right. And then rebend the left knee over the left ankle. Root through the pinky edge of this right foot, squeezing glutes and thighs. Imagine those thighs could touch. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, cactus. And then straighten your warrior two arms, gaze over the left fingertips. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulder blades down with your exhale. Take one more breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Offer your heart space closer to this left thigh. Gaze at the right foot or knee. As you exhale, release the hands. Spin this right heel. We come back to the lunge to take the twist. Notice the weight distribution. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left palm. Step back to plank and move through your options. We'll meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. We'll rise to our crescent lunge. From here, interlace the hands to heart center. Hinge forward 45 degrees. Think of your locust back. As we move into our warrior three pose, take an inhale, maybe you bend. Exhale, warrior three. Hands can stay at heart center, or maybe you float the arms forward or back. Squaring hips and shoulders. Whoop. And if you come out of it, you're going to come back into it. Inhale, warrior three. The balance can be different each day. Taking an opportunity to use the drishti. Point or flex this left foot. From here, as we exhale, we'll come to a standing split. So the fingertips will touch the earth. Re-square those hips and shoulders. Move to a Kundalini Squat next. So
Take a breath in, and as you exhale, the left knee is going to tap behind the right. Exhale, give it a tap. Inhale, lengthen it back. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, let the left foot come to the mat. Take a moment to breathe, and then we'll exhale. And we'll inhale to chair pose. So knees touch, maybe the toes, shins, thighs, squeezing towards center, rooting through the back of the heels. Imagine two tree trunks become one, like a tree rooted, knitting towards center. Palms can stay at heart center, or you can have your arms reaching above the head. I'm going to leave mine at heart center. And imagine the feet widening on your mat. So dig and imagine dragging them wider on your mat. As we come into an eagle arm variation with our arms right under left, round through those shoulder blades. Then release, left comes under right. We'll release at center, rising back up. Pause here, bring the right knee to your chest, foot is flexed. And as you exhale, crescent lunge. Pause here in your crescent inhale. We'll exhale, open up back to our warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Release the hands at the bottom of the breath. Come into your lunge. We'll take a twist. From here, an option for a side plank, which you can also take on your knees. Start to walk this right hand forward. Your options are going to be to stack the feet, tree the leg, or float the leg, whichever you'd like to take in your practice today. Breath in. Exhale, Vashisthasana side plank. Pulling those hip points up. Stacking the right wrist under the shoulder. My left arm is going to reach to the front of the room. As we exhale, we'll come back to plank. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, lower the knees, chest. We'll come into our Locust Pose. Arms come long. This time in our Locust Pose, you have an option to interlace the hands behind the back. We've been doing a lot of that in the practice. Take an inhale. Exhale, Locust. One more breath in. Exhale, release the palms. Bring your hands on top of one another. Relax your forehead down. Take a breath. And then from here, an option for a lion's breath. So maybe the head comes slightly up. Take an inhale. You're alone in your house. No one else will hear this or see this. This is very good for your throat chakra. So when you exhale, you're going to stick your tongue out, make it audible, and the eyes are going to be looking up. So breath in. Exhale, lion's breath. One more inhale. Exhale it out. Let the head release. Slide the palms. Maybe you make your way through tabletop or a child's pose. As we meet in downward dog for the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot to meet our hands as we rise to a crescent lunge.
Again, hands will come to heart center. We'll hinge forward. Think locust back at 45 degrees. And using this kickoff to start to make your way to a warrior 3. Squaring hips and shoulders to the front of the room. Right foot can be flexed or pointed. Find the drishti, use the breath. As you exhale, we'll come to our standing split. And then into our Kundalini. So breath in. Exhale, give it a tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lengthen. Let the right foot come to meet the left. Pause, breathe. And then inhale, we'll rise to our chair pose. Pausing here in chair. As we move to an eagle arm variation, right elbow comes underneath the left. Round through those shoulders. Now left, underneath the right. Round through those shoulders. Start to rise, coming up. Pause here. Hands come to heart center. Lift the left knee up to the chest, foot is flexed. And as you exhale, arms can come up. We meet back in our crescent lunge. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, we open up to our warrior 2. Interlace the arms, roll the shoulders down with your breath. And then one more inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Release the hands at the bottom of the breath. We'll take the twist when we meet back at the top of the mat. As we come into a Vashisthasana side plank variation, taking what you did on the other side, pulling those hip points up. We'll exhale into plank pose. Inhale here, lower the knees, come down. Arms will come long, interlace them behind you. Take an inhale as you exhale, locust pose. Rolling those shoulder blades back, floating the toes, length over lift. Exhale, release the palms. Opposite palm's gonna come up, rest the head for a cycle of breath. Softly raise for lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lowering your head. Drawing the palms when you're ready. Underneath the shoulders. Press your way up to a tabletop pose. Sink back to a child's pose and pause here for a cycle or 2 of breath. And make your way to a downward dog when you're ready. We're going to repeat that same sequence again. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. We'll inhale, arms forward and up to crescent. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior 3. One more inhale. Exhale, standing split. Breath in. Exhale, Kundalini 1. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this is 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this is 3. Inhale, lengthen. Let the left foot come down to meet the right. Inhale, chair pose. I'm going to try something new here. Eagle arm. We're going to take the right under left. Start to rise up. Can you bring the right knee to your chest? And then meet in a crescent eagle arm. If this is not for you, leave the arms open. Pause here. And then release the arms back up. Exhale, we'll open up to Warrior Two. And then from here, interlace the palms, come down, breath in, exhale, Humble Warrior. Coming back to the lunge, take your twist. And then exhale into side plank. Coming down to plank, and we'll move straight into our Chaturanga. And meet in Downward Dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. We'll inhale, rise, Crescent Lunge, arms forward and up. Find the balance. Hands will come to heart center, we'll hinge forward, locust back. Exhale, Warrior Three. Inhale, Warrior Three. Exhale, standing split. Breath in. Exhale, Kundalini. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Kundalini. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Kundalini. Inhale, lengthen. Right foot's going to come to meet the left. We'll inhale, chair pose. Option for that eagle arm, now left coming under right this time. And then start to rise, left knee comes up, foot is flexed. Exhale, eagle arm, Crescent Lunge. Let the arms release, breath in. We exhale into our Warrior Two. Interlace the arms, roll the shoulders down with your breath out. Inhale, exhale, Humble Warrior. Release the hands at the bottom of the breath, spin the back heel. We take our twist. And then side plank, Visuddha. Coming down to the plank when you're ready, and we move through our Chaturanga. Coming to our down dog. If inhale, lift the heels, exhale, bend the knees. You can either walk, step, or hop, bringing your feet outside your hands. We're going to meet in a Yogi Malasana squat. Let the hands come to heart center. Use the elbows to open up the knees and thighs. Crown is long. The heels do not need to rest on the earth, or they can if you're able to do so. We're going to pause here for a full cycle of breath. As we move to a twist, plant this left palm, draw the right elbow back, and then up to the palms, gaze there. You're also welcome to take a half bind, letting this right arm come behind the low back, maybe the fingertips reaching for the left thigh. If you wish to take a full bind, left arm comes around to interlace the fingers behind the back. Releasing to center, let the hands rest for a moment. Moving to the other side, keeping the right hand planted, draw the left elbow back. Then open up, gaze at the left fingertips. Coming into this half bind. Pause here, opening up the chest. And then taking the full bind if you took it on the other side. We'll let the fingertips come back to the earth. Inhale, shoot it up for a star pose. Bring the hands to heart center. Return the feet almost hip distance apart. We'll exhale to chair. Notice the deeper chair. And then start to make your way to the earth. Softly landing there. Reposition yourselves. As we move to a Navasana, bridge pose, a reverse plank pose, your options for Navasana is to leave the feet planted and just pause here with the arms up. You can float your knees so that they're at 90-90. Or if it's in your practice and you want to straighten the legs, you're welcome to do so as well. Maybe you try different variations. So we'll take an inhale. Exhale. Holding here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the feet plant. Bring the palms behind the low back. We're going to take that reverse tabletop. Take an inhale, exhale, push it up. The neck can be neutral, you don't have to drop it behind you, but push the mat away, squeeze the glutes and thighs. Imagine a block between the thighs. Inhale, we'll lower down. Coming back where we were, we're going to take Navasana again one more time. Maybe you pick a new variation. Take your inhale to prepare. And we're going to hold it through 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back. Reverse our tabletop. Breath in. Exhale, release. Another inhale. And exhale, lower at the bottom. As we come into a staff pose, legs will come long. Root the heels into the earth. Take an inhale, the arms come up. And as you exhale, let the hands land where they land, trying to keep a long back, not arching through the back or shrugging the shoulders. So it doesn't matter how low you come on the mat. Breathing here. Maybe you wish to just let the fingertips, like cupcake hands, reaching for the earth. We'll come into another variation of a V sit staff stretch. And I'm actually going to turn this way on the mat. Bringing this right foot to the inside of my left thigh. Foot is flexed on my left leg. From here, we're going to just take a waving-like motion to help open up your heart. You're going to plant this right palm outside the right thigh, and as you take your inhale, exhale, open up. Left fingertips reaching for the clouds. Inhale, lower. Maybe you sweep it towards the left shin. I'm going to take this 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale, sweep it over. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. We'll meet for the other side. As we come into our other side, so let the right leg come long. Flex this foot, and the left foot is coming to my right thigh. And then from here, we're going to take a similar movement of waving in front of the leg. So take an inhale. Exhale, we come up. Inhale, lower, sweeping it towards that right shin. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Let's take one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. As I return myself up to the top of my mat, moving into a fish pose, option of a variation I'm going to show you. Normally in class, we take it with blocks. So for those who wish to take it with blocks, you're welcome to. It's a restorative stretch and very good for the throat chakra. So if you wish to use blocks, you're going to put one block below the shoulder blades and make a tower with your head. So I'll show you what that looks like before I move into your other option. So this is a variation of fish pose supported blocks. Your knees can be up with the feet rooted like in a bridge pose, as if you were moving to bridge. Letting the arms hang where they hang. You can leave them on your hips. You can also reopen your arms and let the heels rest. And breathe into this space, opening up the throat chakra and the chest, and staying here. Now, if you wish to try the variation without blocks, I'm just going to shift my weight over to the right just to get the blocks out of the way. And then coming down, palms are going to be rooted. As you can see, my elbows should be lining up close to my shoulders. And then from here, I'm going to allow the head to come back. And rooting the forearms into the earth in this variation of a fish pose. You can shut your eyes and breathe here, use the blocks, and if neither are for you, you can also just be on your back. When you're ready to come out, my gaze comes up, neutralizing my neck. And then from here, I'm going to lower myself down. Another option I don't do often in class, but is perfect for our throat chakra flow, is plow pose and shoulder stand. Sometimes I offer these before Shavasana as options for people to do postures that maybe they don't often take or wish to take. But as I said, this is part of our class today. So if you want to take plow pose, you're going to bring the knees to the chest, then extend the legs long. You can flex your feet. And from here, the goal is to, with legs straight, or you can bend them once we get into plow if that's more comfortable. But you're simply going to be piking your legs up or bent over, seeing where they land behind you. So I'm going to move into plow pose. It's probably going to be hard for me to talk or hear me. And I'll move through a couple variations that you could always pause and come back to if you wish to try. And if, again, neither is for you, totally okay. So my palms are staying rooted on the earth in plow. You can also bend the knees here, or leave them straight. And maybe the feet don't touch. They stay hovering. Or maybe they touch. As you exhale, we're going to softly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Using the palms to help you root back. I'm going to take a counter posture, and then we're going to move forward to shoulder stand. So let the feet come down. Bring the toes to touch. Open up for Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathe here for a cycle or two of breath. And then we'll let the knees come back together. We'll pause here before we take our shoulder stand. As we move into shoulder stand, we again return the feet up to the sky, leaving the hip points rooted, feet flexed. You're going to use your hands to help support your lift. Coming up onto your elbows. Piking your legs up, pointing the toes, reaching for the sky. Staying here as long as you need to, and coming out or back in when you need to. You also have an option to Supta Baddha Konasana your feet, or leaving them up. Playing with this for a few cycles of breath. Returning the legs back up. You can also move to plow again from here.
And then when you're ready, bend those knees, roll yourself back down. Take an inhale. And exhale, open up to Supta Baddha Konasana. Use the palms to close the knees as we move into pigeon on our backs, planting the palms. Right foot comes back up. Foot is flexed, opening up on top of the left thigh. Leaving the hip points rooted, sits bone. Interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Use the right arm to open up this right thigh at the elbow. Maybe you softly rock or stay static. As you move from here to a twist variation, let the arms tee out, take a breath in, and as you exhale, we'll drop over to the left side. Breathing here, opening up those ribs. As you're ready, we'll come back to center. Release the right foot, lift the left leg up. As we come into pigeon again on our back, interlace the fingers behind the right thigh, use the left elbow to open it up. Feet are flexed, leaving the hip points rooted. Breathe for a few cycles of breath here. And as you're ready, tee out the arms and allow the twist, softly coming down towards my right. Breathe into this space. I hope you used your voice today throughout the practice. Coming back to center with our inhale, reroot the feet back to the earth. Bring the knees to the chest. Reach the hands to the heels, knees to your nose, nose to your knees, using every muscle, sealing this amazing gift of yoga for 3, 2, and 1. Surrender to the mat, to our Shavasana. In your sweet surrender, splay out the heels and toes. Release the shins, knees, thighs. Maybe squeeze the glutes and then release them to the earth. Root the hip points down. Let the palms rest on the earth. Or maybe bring one palm to your hip and one to your heart space. Resting into this and releasing the chest, the core, the chin, the cheeks, the eyes, the brow, the top of your head. Noticing the support that is under you, around you, and within you. Shavasana. Staying here in this restful posture as long as you need. And when you're ready, slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, touching each finger to your thumb. Start to draw the toes together, maybe the big toes touch, and reach the arms slowly above the head. As you inhale, take a deep breath through the nose, fill up the belly, spread the ribs wide. Send the breath as if to the toes. And as you exhale, let the knees come to the chest. Softly rock, releasing your L5 low back. And when you're ready, we'll meet our way over to your right side. Using your right arm as a pillow, you'll pause here to thank yourself for coming to the mat, to thank your body for what it just did for you this last hour in this throat chakra practice. Stay exactly where you are as I close our time with a poem I've prepared for you. I look at the moon and got lost between her eyes. I conformed to her moves like the ocean and its tides. I hear her whispers as she reflects the bright of the sun, telling me to lose all the doubt. Speak your truth. She spends her time lighting my way, making sure I'll make it through the day. Protects me as she were the love of my life, and I thank her for lighting my nights. I've gone through valleys wondering if it's my place in life. Little that I know, I was there to lift the status quo. Speak your truth. When you're ready, slowly press your way up to an easy seat, joining me at the top of our mat. As we take one last falling out breath together, hands will come to heart center. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, release, make it audible. Inhale the thumb to third eye center. As you exhale, bow forward. The light in me honors the light, the beauty, and the yogis have joined for this practice, for I'm so forever grateful. Namaste. I look forward to meeting up with you again next week. We'll be moving further up our chakra, coming to the third eye center, center of intuition. And then one more to follow after that as well, the crown of our head. See you next time. Namaste.